Question over here. What are you doing in there?
I'll fix the reflecting pool.
Oh, you're fixing the reflecting pool. What happened?
Vandals.
Vandals? That's unbelievable.
We have I think 290, 300-foot slit right through it. Probably a box cutter or a knife of some kind.
A 290, 300-foot slit from a box cutter or a knife of some kind? Unreal.
They went in there with a knife.
Oh, it was a knife for sure.
I can't help it if somebody goes in with a knife and starts hacking it up.
Do you have any actual proof that vandals took a knife to the bottom of the reflecting pool?
A 350-foot slit from one end to the other. You think that's proof?
Oh, now it's a 350-foot slit. It's growing. The thing is, Donald, it would be proof if we could see it, but nobody has seen it.
But I saw it. They cut it very violently.
Then show us. You're in the pool. Where is this massive 350-foot knife slit?
See the Parks Department. They'll show it to you. See the secretary.
Go see the secretary of the Parks Department. This is the most made-up story of all made-up stories.
And who would think that somebody would go into a pool and take a knife and start cutting it?
You. Only you. Believe that, Donald. Nobody with a brain believes you're a made-up vandalism lie.
Oh.
Face it, you and your contractors fucked up, and now the bottom of the reflecting pool is peeling. You know, I really wish that you would just take responsibility for once in your life. You know, it would be pretty cool. Donald? Hello? What are you doing?
Number 2.
Oh, you're taking a dump in the reflecting pool.
Somebody said fertilizer in the water. If you put fertilizer in the water, you get algae.
I should have seen this coming. You're such an idiot.
Never forget.
Of course, I would never. Incompetent lying loser says what?
What? The reflecting pool.
Regime made a really big deal out of a pool. Mm-hmm. Specifically, the reflecting pool of the Lincoln Memorial in D.C. There's a whole drama about this. There's a saga, and it's quite funny, so stay with me on all of it. So it begins with, let's begin at the end.
Okay.
The end is Caroline Leavitt, who is, I guess, still on maternity leave. She's out here saying that the 6 vandals who are arrested for, tarnishing the reflecting pool will be brought to justice, and this shall not stand. Here she was on Hannity, Sean Hannity last night.
All right, Caroline, any more details on the 5 people that have been arrested regarding vandalism here?
The vandalism is very real, despite what Tim Walz wants to say. It's an imaginary problem. No, it is not. It's a very real problem. In fact, I spoke with the National Park Service just before joining the show. They now have 17 police reports that have been filed in just a matter of a few days. There's actually been 6 arrests at the reflecting pool, where, again, these deranged individuals, many of them longtime donors to the Democrat Party, to Barack Obama, to Act Blue, that have been vandalizing and desecrating our federal monument, one of the most beautiful monuments in the world, the reflecting pool. And that's why President Trump is not going to stop with this effort. We're going to not only hold those people accountable, but we're going to fix the pool, make it.
So 6 people have been arrested in connection with allegedly vandalizing the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. What has actually happened is something very different. And it's very, just as a side note, she also said these are, they're connected to Obama. Trump is now saying that Obama is responsible for vandalizing the Lincoln Memorial. Unclear how. He's been tweeting about that. She also mentioned Act Blue. Now, Act Blue is very important because the Trump administration has been going after Act Blue, which is basically a donation website that you can, if you donate to a politician who's a Democrat, you usually will be donating through Act Blue. A lot of fundraisers go through Act Blue, and they are trying to dismantle it. So that the biggest fundraising arm of Democrats, progressives, working families party, leftists is going to be shuttered. I mean,
and they're demonizing it, saying these people are vandalizing. Oh, no wonder. Look what they donate to.
Yes, exactly. They're trying to connect it all. What
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do is like be like, and Antifa. You know what I mean? They're just, so that's why, that's what they're saying. Now, what is the reality? Here's the deal. The reflecting pool had a makeover. It underwent a $14 million renovation that painted the entire bottom of the pool blue. Okay, so they gave it a new sheen. They were very excited about this. And then what happened? Green, because of an algae bloom.
Uh-huh.
Now, what then happened after the algae bloom, which, by the way, this is Sarah Bellis on Twitter saying Donald Trump will go down in history as the only U.S. president to be outwitted by a single-celled organism, algae, which is hilarious.
That's so funny.
Okay, so the reflecting pool turned green, and people are kind of making a big deal about it. They're like kind of excited about it. In fact, here's a pro-algae protester outside of the reflecting pool.
Let's grow algae. Let's grow. Woo! Let's grow algae. Let's grow. Woo!
Okay, so that was then. Hang on, let me move this. Let me get this proper. So let's grow algae. Let's grow. The woman dressed as a frog. People are like, team algae, algae lives matter. Let's go algae, because it's ruining his reflecting pool. And it's very, very funny. Now, what did the Trump administration then do? They sent a bunch of people, or the contractors sent a bunch of people to straight up pour hydrogen peroxide into the reflecting pool en masse to try and get rid of this algae bloom. Do you see this?
Okay, are these like scientists? They look like cross guards.
Yes, yes.
They're like, they're doing construction.
The cross guards are pouring bleach or hydrogen peroxide into the reflecting pool. So that was like stage 2. Stage 1, algae bloom, painting, algae bloom. Stage 2, what do we do with this? Let's just pour a bunch of, bleach into the pool.
Okay.
Leading to things like dead duckling found in reflecting pool, and other things. But nevertheless, the National Guard is protecting this reflecting pool, because what had happened after they put bleach in the reflecting pool is that the paint job that they hired a contractor to do started peeling. And so paint from the pool, from the bottom of the pool, started coming up. And that is what the regime is now saying is vandalism.
These are cases that will be prosecuted to the full extent. If there are more serious products that are put into the reflecting pool to create more algae or a bigger problem, then we'll consider more serious charges. But make no mistake, making D.C. beautiful is a priority, and if you damage, vandalize, or do anything to impact something like the reflective pool, you can be prosecuted.
Blue.
Act blue. Well, act blue is more bluer than this pool.
Seriously.
they want to act blue on the pool.
For real. So that is Janine Pirro saying, if there's anyone out there who's going to vandalize it by putting more algae in it, you're like, oh my God, y'all are so stupid and you're making such a big deal of this. So what you see on the right-hand side of the screen, and if you're listening, there are multiple people filming themselves pulling up these massive like chunks of paint that, because of the hydrogen peroxide that was put into the pool, has made the paint job like come off. And so people are touching it because they're like, what are this chunk of, because like it's not a big body of water. It's like a couple feet, right?
You know what the biggest issue with MAGA and these reporters are is that they'll just never admit when they're wrong.
Right.
It's like, just say like, you know what? Hey man, we messed up on the bottom of the pool. We don't need to frisk this guy in skateboarder pants. He didn't, this guy that works at Guitar Center had nothing to do with what happened. We made a mistake. And it's like, man, owning up to that would be like, I'm like, man, I respect you so much more. It's like, just own up to it. But like, they're just like, oh man, see that, look what Obama did.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is what your point is being illustrated by Mike Levin, who had a great tweet that explains the backstory and is just kind of like, please, y'all. So he says, a note to my friends who still back MAGA or back Trump. I'm not here to dunk on you. I'm writing because you have a working brain and this story insults you. The Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool got a $14 million paint job. Shortly thereafter, the water turned green and the new American flag blue. Coating started peeling off the bottom in sheets. Trump says vandals did it. He claimed without evidence that someone took a knife and cut a 300-foot slit, a number that grew to 350 feet while he was still talking. Back on May 4th, Trump bragged about the same coating and said if you had a knife, you couldn't cut it so strong like powerful rubber. He cannot have it both ways. And the green water, a George Mason scientist tested it and found ordinary non-toxic algae, the kind that blooms in any shallow, sunny pool. To fight it, crews have dumped hydrogen peroxide into the water. Hydrogen peroxide is also a paint stripper. That's not sabotage or vandalism. It's the obvious reason the paint came off. They wrecked their own paint job, then blame phantom vandals for it. The lone vandal they paraded is a 67-year-old Olympian who touched a flap of paint already peeling on its own. Here's the thing. If they will look you in the eye and lie about something this small, something you can see with your own eyes, ask yourself what else they're lying to you about. Again, you have a working brain. People like Caroline Leavitt are counting on you to stay loyal instead of exercising independent thought. Prove them wrong. I mean, they're not going to read that whole thing because they can't. So
yeah, this is why they should have hired immigrants to do the job.
Yes.
My cousin would have hooked that pool up for half the price and got it done, and it would have stayed blue.
Well, you know who did it? You know who did the job?
I wonder.
This
That guy with the cigar.
Yes.
Paul Bearer.
It's a fucking Tracy cartoon. This is a man named JJ Cafaro who is pictured at Mar-a-Lago here with a woman with tits, as you do. And he's got a massive cigar and he looks like a Dick Tracy character. He's got the eyebrows that are like going over his eyeballs. It's a $1.7 million contract to install a new water cleaning system for the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. It was a no-bid contract to install a nano bubble filtration system, and it went to Green Water Solutions, this Ohio-based company whose owner is JJ Cafaro Investment Trust, a guy who has been, again, to get these contracts, you just hang around Mar-a-Lago with a hot chick and have a cigar.
Dang.
And get out of the way when Trump wants to golf or hit the omelet bar. That's it.
That's crazy.
So it wasn't just the paint job. It's that even the filtration system to stop something like an algae bloom, now they're blaming Antifa or a 67-year-old Olympian.
Look, I guess my question is, why does the pool have to be reflective? Like, I think it was fine the way it was before. Like, no one's gonna, first of all, I don't think anyone's gonna have a vantage point high enough to be like, I want to see the American flag on the Lincoln Memorial Pool.
Yeah, and also, like, it's the United States of America in the year 2026. Do we really want to see ourselves?
Will they let you swim in it?
Yeah, exactly.
They won't let you swim in it. You can just look at it. So why don't you just leave it the way it is and use that money and maybe stop homelessness a bit?
There you go. I mean, it's crazy because he got the contract, but it was $14 million renovation is how much it ultimately cost. So I think that discrepancy is probably what he pocketed.
Wow.
I mean, clearly. Because anyway, but it's just so good. I love JJ Cafaro, man. I love finding out about new little Trump villains.
Yeah, that guy looks like he has dice in his pocket.
No. He looks like a guy he has his own pinball machine.
Yeah, he calls women toots.
Oh, absolutely.
Come here, toots.
Hey, I'll paint your algae green.
I'll make you a star, kid. I think she was the one he hired to be like, hey, you know how to do with a paintbrush? Why don't you go down there and paint it blue for me, see?
Sasha G said it was a very bad duckling, hated America. Absolutely. That duckling was hiding immigrants.
Dead duck. Look at that duck. That duck died. We lost a lot of good ducks.
What's it all about? Algae. Is it just in that pool that you live? What's it all about when they painted blue algae? Are we meant to have a shit to give? Or are we meant to just laugh? And if all of us don't laugh, algae, then I guess messes made just aren't cool. If our cement ponds pH is too strong, algae, when will it end? That old man's stupid rule. As sure as I believe there's a pool guy available, algae. I know there's a solution in store. Somewhere even chlorine treaters can do treatment. I believe in pools, algae. Without hypochlorates, you just persist. Algae with quaternary ammonium, you're nothing. Algae, algae.
Drain the swamp, and that's what we're doing. Now, when I said it, it sounded very easy, and it was going to happen real fast. I didn't know the swamp was this dirty and this deep. I didn't know about the swamp creatures being as bad as they are. They're bad. But nobody can believe what we've been able to do, and I don't really believe anybody else could have done it. Drain the swamp. We're not finished yet, but